So it is always said that people with dreadlock are a very rare species. Yes, people with a dreadlock are a very rare species, as the Oni of Ife is beginning to consider cutting off Prince Tade's hair to use it for protection. Hello everyone and welcome to D&Z TV, the place where we give you up-to-date information of everything happening in the royal family and the entertainment industry at large. If you've not subscribed to the channel, we urge you right now to click on the subscription button, comment, like and share our videos, and we will definitely make sure we give you more up-to-date information of everything happening. So right now, as a way and means of protecting himself, the Oni of Ife is actually making arrangements to see that he cuts off the dreadlock of Prince Tade Onikao. Now, for all of you who know, Prince Tade is a very rare species and his dreadlock is very hard to come by. So since his species is hard to come by, the best thing they can do is for the Oni to now decide to take off that of Prince Tade. Now, ordinarily, the Oni wouldn't want to do it. Under normal circumstances, he would actually prefer things to be the way they are. But with the fact that right now the Oni is actually on the path to finding peace, he is actually ready to do anything humanly possible and anything in his place to see and make sure that he protects himself. Now, don't also forget, recently there was a kidnap attempt on the Oni of Ife. And from my analysis, I did say that when it is now becoming evident that people are now beginning to target someone like Oni, then he actually needs to go all out, go out of his place to make sure he gets the needed protection. When you're talking about protection now, a couple of people will be like, okay, so what happens to his soldiers? What happens to his police? The people who are trying to do this thing to the Oni defy all sorts of paramilitary agencies. And people have actually also been feeling that the people who perpetrate these acts are all working hand in hand and close with security agencies. So if all of these people are working with the security agencies, it is going to be very difficult to fish them out. So right about now, the Oni is going to try. Now, when you look at it very well, some persons will be like, okay, after all, there's nothing in hair will grow again, so let him go ahead to cut it. But other schools of thought have said once Dada's hair is removed to fix a problem, it's going to be pretty difficult for the child to be normal again. That is why, if you notice some of these children of very strong hard native doctors, you find out that in their doings, they have always been victims of circumstance, serious victims of circumstance, in such a way that no matter how people try to separate them or come between them, it does not really work. So right now, the only person who can actually protect the Oni, who can actually protect the Oni and protect Prince Tade, is going to be Naomi. From the look of things, you know that Naomi is a very strong-willed person. She's strong-willed in the sense that no matter how people try to pull her down or do anything that could make her feel less important or less who she is, the best thing she can do is to fight back with all she's got. Now, the truth about the matter is, when you now try to fight with what you've got, you do nothing but, in a way, disintegrate. And when you now disintegrate, you now begin to see yourself not being able to achieve the kind of things that naturally you could achieve. So right now, Naomi is going to protect the Ooni of Ife with everything in his power. And when I mean everything in his power, Naomi is going to do it. Naomi will actually not allow something bad to happen to her twice, especially because it has happened before. So if it has happened before, then he will actually make sure that he puts a resistance. A lot of people over the years have tried to see how they can replace Naomi or put in place things that can make Naomi not to look appealing anymore. But throughout all the times where the Oni goes out, Naomi has a way of always communicating how she feels to the Oni. And both of them have been able to understand each other's love language, which now makes it a necessity to see that no matter how all of these people put pressure to change things, they will not succeed. And them not succeeding now means it's going to be a good day for Prince Tade to live a good life. Prince Tade has been in our prayers. Even her mother too, Queen Naomi, has been consistently praying for Prince Tade. Now, there is no jazz as efficient as a mother's prayer. Once Queen Naomi steps foot on the ground and take authority and say this is how she wants, things will definitely fall that way too. And as a matter of fact, Queen Naomi has consistently been doing things that could bring protection, not just to herself, to her son, not just to her son, to everybody who is linked or connected to them in one way or the other. So all in all, it is actually necessary that Queen Naomi should put an serious eye on Prince Tade, so that he does not now become the proverbial sheep who, as a result of being overwhelmed, he lost in the woods and couldn't return. And all efforts to see that he is brought again has proved abortive. So we hope and wish that the Oni can get alternative sources of making money, so that he will not begin to think of going to use Prince Tade for ritual, because it is wrong.